Lesson 1, Part 2B, Consonant Combinations in the Future Active Indicative. There are a lot of stems that have a slight change when there is a sigma added to the end of the stem. For stems that end in P, beta, or phi, labial consonants if you take in phonetics, or sounds made with the lips, the P, B, or P, beta, or phi joins with the sigma and makes a psi, which if you think of a psi, it's a sort of like a P plus an S, which is sort of what we're doing here. We're just combining those two together into one letter. So P plus sigma equals psi, beta plus sigma equals psi, or phi plus sigma equals psi. So if our first stem for blepo is blep, so when we pull that into a second stem, the stem is going to be bleps. Pempo, we have pemp becomes pemps. Grapho, we have graph becomes graps. For stems that end in kappa, gamma, or he, which are called velar sounds or sounds made in the back of the mouth, the kappa, gamma, or ki joins with the sigma and makes a xi, which if you think about xi, you might think of the letter X, or you might think of a K and an S. That's basically what's going on. So kappa plus sigma equals xi, gamma plus sigma equals xi, and he plus sigma equals xi. So ago, ag becomes ox, anoigo, anoig becomes anoix, ago, ag becomes ox, sunago, sunag becomes sunax. Now didasco, didask becomes didax. So the sigma before the kappa drops out when we add that additional sigma because it would be a little bit hard to say didasks. There's just too many things going on right there. So that sigma at the beginning drops out. But this is a slight exception, so make sure you memorize this one. Arco, arc becomes arcs, and echo, ek becomes hex. Note the rough breathing. You need to memorize that one there. What actually is happening is echo originally had a sigma at the beginning of it, but the sigma dropped out over time. And so different things happen in different places because of that. In the first stem, the sigma just dropped out entirely. But in the second stem, a little bit of that consonant sound remained in the sort of H sound for the rough breathing. Then number 3, for stems that end in tau, delta, theta, or zeta, which are dental consonants, or tongues made with the tongue and the top teeth or the back of the teeth, the tau, delta, theta, or zeta drops out and the sigma stays by itself. So we have just a sigma, the tau, delta, theta, or zeta in the stem just disappears. So tau plus sigma equals sigma, delta plus sigma equals sigma, theta plus sigma equals sigma, or zeta plus sigma equals sigma. So baptides becomes baptiste. The zeta drops out and there's just a sigma. Doxades becomes doxas, sods becomes sos, pace becomes pace. And by way of summary, P, beta, or phi with a sigma makes psi, kappa, gamma, or he with a sigma makes xi, tau, delta, theta, or zeta with a sigma makes just a sigma. 2 exceptions, didasco becomes didaxo, and echo becomes hexo. Note the rough breathing. If you know these 5 things, you can make every stem that you've just learned. You can memorize them if that's easier, or you can memorize these 5 rules or 3 rules and 2 exceptions, and that will have everything that you need.